All right, and I think we live.
For sure.
So what's going on, man? So we've been trying to get this thing going for a little minute, but basically, I know you remember the topic that we came up with last time, to changing
Yeah,
your mindset to change your algorithm.
yeah, for sure.
So
It's based off what you think of, what
yeah,
you consume in your mind all the time. You can attract automatically through that, you know.
hmm so I know I had kind of took some notes because it was I like that we had came up with that topic because I'm sure you remember I had made a video about like our subconscious mind and how that works.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, um, what do you think, uh, as far as the idea that we have control over our lives, right?
hmm
Because one of the things that I had learned about our subconscious mind is that it's our subconscious mind is just the things that we do automatically without thinking,
hmm
and apparently that makes up like 90% of our lives. Like most of what we do, why we do what we do is because of how we were programmed when we were young. So
hmm
with that being said, do you feel like we really are in control of our lives with that data?
I mean, we do play a part in having control over what we consume. We all
Mhm.
have a choice, but I feel most of the time is due to wanting to fit in. So a lot of people would like to consume the same stuff because they want to fit in. They want to have something to talk about. So it's like
Mhm. Yeah.
the more you can relate to, you know, I mean, the topic. If you can relate to a certain topic more than anything else, you're going to stick to that topic. So you got something to talk about.
I I do agree, um, because there is definitely power in what we choose to in in reality or whatever. But
hmm
one I know something that a lot of people have been talking about is just being able to change those patterns. You do that conscious part of you is able to change your patterns. It might take a while, but I do believe too that we have the power to, I guess in a sense, I don't know if this is the right way to say it, but like kind of alter our destiny.
Uh,
And I
I
feel
mean,
like,
you can say it like that. I feel
yeah,
you can say it like that. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Because it's like if you truly want to get somewhere, like you gonna do what you want to. You gonna do what you need to do to get there. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
if you really want to change, you're gonna change. You know.
hmm
So you gotta want it for yourself. That's really what it be. You know.
hmm
Because nobody can force you. Nobody's gonna help you get to where you want to go if you don't really want it for yourself. So
yeah,
that's how I really think about it. So if you add effort to your daily life and like working to change, that's good. That shows you making progress. You know what I'm saying? That
hmm
shows you can make a change because we grow every day. You might not notice it, but you learn off yourself every single day. Sometimes you might go through a situation and you analyze it and you just learn something off that situation that fast. So every day you learning something. So you gotta win it for yourself. Pay attention to yourself, your actions. I feel you just need a good balance to everything. You know, you can't consume
mm,
too much.
yeah,
Well, it's good to stay more in a positive angle, but when it comes to that lane, it's good to keep like a balance.
yeah. No, I definitely actually really agree with that, and it's funny because I've been listening to this song recently by the artist Illuminati Congo called "All Vibes Only,"
hmm
and in the song he was basically talking about. He said that he welcomes all vibes, whether positive or negative, but because he talked about being able to be an alchemist and being able to take any kind of energy and being able to use it towards whatever he wants to use it for in that sense. And I feel like to an extent the people who are now this is just my point of view, of course, but a lot of times like when it comes to people in like the who are positive vibes only, it it sometimes can come off um like egotistical. Sometimes I say
Why would
that
you say that
because
though?
I say that only because it's like, say, I guess it depends on your point of view of it, because like say somebody's going through a tough time,
Mm,
right? And it's nothing like it's not like s- uh something that they necessarily like have control over. Like, we all go through our highs and lows in life, but say like somebody's in a period in their life where they're kind of just down, or they've just been going through a lot, so it's kind of been like weighing down on them. But then you have somebody like, say they just need somebody to like kind of be with them through that, but like they're like, oh no, we're positive vibes only over here, you know. I guess that's kind of how I'm looking at it. It's nothing wrong with being like having a positive outlook on things, but I think it's a difference between like having a positive outlook and then also you also got to kind of allow yourself to you know your go through your emotions and your feelings and stuff like that, like kind of like just allowing yourself to go through those things. And
mhm.
sometimes I feel like when people are only set on like just positivity, it makes, and this, I say this because this was kind of how I felt at one point in time too, but it kind of feels like you get outcasted because it's like, well, damn, I'm going through a tough time right now, so I don't want to like spread any type of like bad energy to people, so now I kind of just want to like just, you know, that's kind of how I see it.
I mean, I don't feel it. I mean, I feel it's like when it comes to the good vibes only, it's more like you remain on a good angle no matter what you're going through. You know,
Hmm.
because you're gonna go through obstacles, but it's how you handle it mentally. You feel me? It's like it's
Yeah.
as a human being living in this time, it's impossible honestly to dodge obstacles. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
especially if you're looking to grow. So it's good to remain on a good vibes only because it allows you to just let things flow. Especially if you grew up dealing with anger issues. You know what I'm saying? You gotta
Hmm.
keep your mind positive because anything you just be ready to snap. You know what I'm saying? If you
Hmm.
can't get somewhere in life just snapping all the time, so you gotta learn how to control it. You feel me?
Hmm.
So it's good. I feel like that good vibes only is pretty like it's beneficial depending on how you use it. You know, 'cause like I said,
Yeah,
it's not gonna always be good all the time, but it's the mindset.
that's true, and I agree with that. So I guess my question for you then is like, say, because you were just talking about like anger, and I do agree, like you don't want to just you don't want to just allow your anger or any type of emotion to kind of just let you do things that you're going to regret.
Mm,
But how do you how do you properly deal with those kind of emotions? What would you say?
Me personally, geez, man. I mean, I feel a lot. There's so many different ways you can handle things like that, though. You know, it's
Hmm.
like me personally. Sometimes I like to just sit in the dark and just like just just really just let my mind just flow. You feel me? That's how
Hmm.
I usually handle things. I feel good. Like I just next day I'm good because it's like okay, I sat with myself. I said some things you know you can't change. Some things gonna happen. You go look at the bright side of certain situations, and then next day, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna feel good. A lot of people can't sit with themselves, so it's like that's what it
Mhm.
becomes like codependency. And
Mhm.
once you start falling into that, it's kind of hard for you to really like deal with your own problems because it's like you feel like that. I don't want to sit with myself. I don't want to deal with this. So let me go. You feel me? So you know.
I feel that. And I say for me, one of because that's sort of kind of like basically what I've been learning to do for myself. Like I've I've been taking like a lot of time. I mean, I've always kind of been the person to like to s- I like to stay to myself, but I also do have my time where I would like to like be around my friends and be around, like the other energies. But I've
Mhm.
definitely taken a lot of time recently to kind of just be to myself because one of the things that I've noticed growing up is like kind of how we were talking about the subconscious. I've been becoming more aware of like how certain things affect me that I don't even like realize. Like something might happen, and then my mind might just like I might just go into like just like a state of like anger something might just throw off my day the whole day, and I might not have even realized it, but it's because I didn't.
Mhm.
I For a while I never really took the time to really pay attention to like my thoughts, if that makes sense. So it would kind of just things would kind of just replay in my head, and I wouldn't even be aware of the fact that it was happening. So it was kind of causing me to like stay stuck in certain
Mhm.
situations. So I've been doing a lot of work to like do that. Like I've been doing a lot of isolating. Like even my friends, my really good friends, like I would take periods of time to either just work on music, just really lock in, or just be by myself. And people were asked, they were like, "You good, bro? You like you didn't disappear off the face of the earth, did you?" And I was like, "Nah, I just been doing my thing." And a lot of that really has just been me getting away from other being away from other energies because I'm also like an empath, so I'm really sensitive to other people's energy.
Mhm.
And so it's like a combination of all these different things, and I've really just been trying to learn how to like just sit with what's going on in my head, but it feels like, especially when I'm at work, like when I'm just going about my day at work, I'm sitting with how I feel, but it's just so it feels like it's like I'm going to the next day and I'm still feeling like there's still thoughts that just keep running through my head, and I'm trying to deal with it, not really 100% sure how to deal with it, but I know like I know how to control my emotions and control my reaction to things, but I'm like not really sure why I'm having certain thoughts that I'm having. And so that's kind of just where I'm at trying to deal with like, okay, how do I deal with these thoughts?
I would say right. What I usually do is sometimes I even ask myself why I'm feeling how I'm feeling because you don't feel how you feel for no reason. You know.
Hmm.
Sometimes you gotta really ask yourself, "Man, why I'm feeling how I'm feeling? Why does thought keep replaying in my head?" You know what I'm saying? You gotta ask yourself
Yeah.
that. It really worked. You feel me? Like and really sit, really like analyze it. You say your gut is your second brain. So you think about something and it's right. Your gut gonna notify you. You feel me? It's like,
Hmm. I feel that.
I strongly believe that. Yeah, I strongly believe that.
So like, hmm. So like, I feel like I do that, especially when I go to like when I go on like my nature walks or just like go do like grounding sessions and stuff like that at the nature park that I go to.
Hmm.
And it's like I can be in certain places like one, but it's like I also I try not to analyze things too deeply because I know that I could tend to create a problem. I could create more problems out of
Illusion, like illusion.
yeah.
Because the mind can really play tricks on you if you let it. That's why I say like good like people who vibrate high, we be having bad thoughts. You know what I'm saying? But it's how you allow them to process through your mind. Because you
Mhm,
can't stop it. You know what I'm saying? You can't. It's like impossible to stop. But it's how you handle it for real.
okay. So it's kind of just allow just kind of just allow them to exist, but don't necessarily take that as like, oh, I'm having these bad thoughts, so this is like,
This is what it is. Nah, yeah. Don't have it.
yeah.
Don't do it. Nah, it's not like that. Yeah.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I say you gotta control your mind. Don't let your mind control you. Because the bad thought can ruin your entire day. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
I strongly believe that. It's like something in the past gotta happen. You know, you probably could have never got that apology you wanted. And you know what I'm saying? That thought could replay in your head and you know, you think you go get this apology, but you don't even no longer speak to this person anymore. So it's like you holding it on your mind and it's not gonna change, you know what I'm saying? So you might it's like you're holding a burden on yourself, you know. So
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah. I think one of the tough one of the toughest moments where I feel like I've kind of had to exercise something like that was in my last relationship
mm,
because I was always like I always tried to view myself as I almost always acted or viewed myself as like this good guy, the good guy trope,
mm-hmm,
where it's like I basically try to just I try to just be the perfect guy. I was I can admit I was a people pleaser, but
yeah,
one thing that my last relationship showed me is that idea is an illusion because I tried to be that and I kept pretty much turning into the bad guy. And then I would always try to justify why did what I did because I saw myself being in the right, but it's like it's not always that's not always the case with things. You kind of have to.
yeah,
It was almost like a I guess an ego that I had built, but I thought that I was just being good. I thought that I was being like who I was, what I was supposed to be, but I wound up just being a creating an ego for myself.
mm.
And then
What was making your ego though? That's what I'm saying. Like,
you said what made the ego?
yeah, like no, I'm saying what was like, what do you feel was causing it to make it seem like it was your ego?
Um, I feel like it was my ego because I was I've been in the mindset of like, oh, everybody always everybody always hurts me, everybody always does me wrong, so that means that everybody has to do right by me. Well, I mean people do need to do right by you, but I'm uh like I'm in the headspace. I guess I'm in the headspace where it's like I'm always being done wrong, so I can't do wrong. That's I guess that's kind of what I mean. Yeah.
Mm. I'm in this
But
space. Mm.
but But like one thing after me and my ex had broke up, it was like it was a really sobering moment for me because I really had to like I really had to like go through and take accountability for certain things that I thought that she was doing when really it was just me like me being basically being trapped in that thought of everybody's does me wrong, if that makes sense.
So you
Um
was bringing the past, you was bringing the past into your current.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I say. It's good to just when you officially move on from somebody, just you gotta just move on. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
it'll affect any other bond that looking to have with somebody else. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel we all go through a stage like that though. We all. I feel everyone has went through a toxic like relationship before, and if you didn't, then you just got lucky. But it's just I feel you go through them experiences because now you know like what you want. Know what you're looking for. You start when you grow, you start to want things something real. A lot of these people be looking for like celebrity relationships, and they don't even have celebrity phones yet. So it's like, how you,
Mhm.
like, what's up? You got to get there
Yeah.
first. A lot of people don't want to get there; they just want to jump. And that's why a lot of like um, relationships don't last because people not really in it to really grow no more. You know, it's
Mhm.
rare. It's a rare thing. So,
No, that's true. And I think that's why we as a society kind of need to like get away from social media more because we definitely very much feed into the ideals of whatever is trending.
yeah.
And whenever we do that, we get away from who we are
Mm,
and where we're at in our own development. So I definitely agree with you on that.
right, right.
And it's interesting too because I know this is something that we have talked about before in the in on the IG DMs and stuff, but the idea that we are the original technology,
Oh, you
you know.
say like we are the original technology,
Hmm.
like as far as being like electric beings. Is that what you mean?
Electric beings, but also just the fact that like all the technology we have from our phones to our laptops, our TVs, they were
Mm,
all they were all designed and created based on how our brain works. That's which is
mm.
why I feel like we as a society have kind of adapted to it so easily because it was pretty much made it was made just like how our brains work. Um like for example, store like our our technologies have storage, you know, we have our memory. We
Mm,
have we can access files. We can access our memories like we access the files in our computers and phones and access our
mm.
memories. We can access uh you know whatever content, whatever things that we choose to like channel channels. We have
So you
channels on our
think
TV. We can channel, you know, as spiritual beings. We can channel into, you know,
whatever we want to channel into?
right?
What? So look. So you
Yeah.
think the internet, right? You know how the internet, if you was to search something on the internet, it'll give you the answer you're looking for. Well,
Hmm.
depending on what you're looking up, but you think that you could do. Well, I ain't gonna say you think, but that's like meditating and going within. Basically, that's how you find the answers as well.
Hmm.
But the internet on the computer and like and stuff is just like another way of doing it.
Hmm.
You know how they say we all have the answers within. Like we already know the answers. We're just programmed to like second guess ourselves.
Hmm. That's true. Have you ever did that? Have you ever like went on Google and like maybe asked like a, I don't know, any type of question, and it's like when you got your answer, when you got the answer you got, it was almost kind of like, well, I didn't really need to ask this. I could have just thought that myself.
It'd be simple. Man, it happened a couple times for real.
Hmm.
And I was like, sometimes I'll be like, dang, I should have never just second guessed myself.
Hmm.
Especially actually when I was in for my semester in college. It happened a couple times. I was like, man, I
Hmm.
knew I should have clicked on that answer. You know,
Yeah.
you already really be knowing.
How has college been for you, actually?
Huh?
I was saying, how has college been for you?
Oh, college actually been cool, man.
Mm,
I
okay.
met a couple good producers, a couple good people, of course, too. You know, you just gotta be mindful in college who you connect
Hmm.
with. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause some people be like lost in sauce, and that's the worst thing to be. So you gotta be mindful of the crowd you keep. I tell everybody that. But overall, it's cool.
Hmm.
It's really active to where it's like networking depending on what you're majoring in and what your interest is in. So you're likely to run into people with the same things that you're interested in. College is
Yeah.
college is the same word as colleague. People don't think that. So it's like you
Yeah.
really in there to network. That's why I say I've been there to like
That's.
take in the information that I feel I should take in. But I'm really in college to network. I don't be feel me like all the
Mm,
extra stuff. I know they ain't teaching what we really supposed to know in there. So
yeah.
um,
And it's funny because that's what I've heard too. I mean, it can, because I know it can be a gamble, going to college, but I have heard and learned from people that that's kind of like the secret. You going to college, when you go to college and make those right connections, and it's a really good place to make those kind of connections too, because the different the different people in high positions that always come to colleges in order to, I guess, in a sense, like recruit, or you know things of that nature, or just like you said, like meeting other colleagues, other people doing what you're doing, and just kind of coming together and creating things together. It's
mm,
um definitely like, see how that environment could definitely like play to your advantage.
yeah, I feel it all depends what you're majoring in too.
Hmm.
So you know, depending on if you're in like a business, you're able to connect with a lot of people that's in business, especially arts and business. You're able to connect more.
Yeah.
Well, to me, in my opinion.
Felt.
I think, wow, my first semester was smooth, but then college is also based off like your professors. If you ain't got no cool
Mm-hmm.
professors, you might have like it's gonna be a little headache for you. Some professors be throwing work at you. You're like, this doesn't make sense. I ain't even gonna keep this at the end of the season.
Hmm.
I've been doing all these damn 6-page essays and all this craziness. I'll be what?
Hmm. Shoot. Have you ever? No, because I mean, I've been to. I went to Clark, Atlanta for a couple of years, and then I had dropped out, so I didn't really get a chance to get like too into the fields that I was trying to study in. But
What was you majoring in?
so I started off in history when I first went, and then I changed to public relations.
What made you switch?
Because when I first started going to Clark, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, so I chose history just kind of based on um what I felt like I might want to get into,
Mm,
and at the time too, because I've been doing music for a while, but when I went, I had originally went to a music school beforehand, but then when I went over to Clark, I was kind of in a period of time where I wasn't really sure career where my music path was gonna go. So I was kind of on edge about that. So I picked history to major in.
mm-hmm,
But then when I switched to public relations, I that was because I was kind of starting to, I guess, kind of get that mojo back, and I felt like public relations would be a major that would kind of be beneficial, being a musician, producer, being in the entertainment field, and kind of
mm-hmm,
knowing, kind of just learning about, you know, gauging an audience and kind of just learning how the media works and just learning, you know, the ins and outs of all that.
mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, public relations sound like a good major. I mean, I'm majoring for business marketing, so I feel this business like this. You could use it for so many different aspects, you know.
Hmm.
So, because I feel you, what it is, what a lot of people is, because I'm still learning it to this day, is marketing. It's like marketing is like one of the biggest strategies that a lot of people can't really manage. Because I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? It's like marketing is like, damn, I gotta play social media like that just to get some like recognition. Like, are you
Yeah.
serious? But that's all due to the algorithm, man. It's like, because I know before I would say around 2017, 2016, bro, if you had 4,000 followers, bro, 4,000 followers seeing that picture. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And whoever wanted to like it, they was gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's kind of weird now that you can have so many followers and still not get engagement. So it's like, dang, what the heck? I gotta be on social media this much to get some recognition, bro. So marketing, I feel is like you just have to learn different strategies depending on what your business is or what you promoting or what you putting out there to the world. But marketing is real. It's a strategy to
Hmm.
learn for everybody. You know.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm curious, as far as because as far as marketing goes, the way that I've seen it, like I mean, we all we're all our own brands when it comes to whatever area of business or whatever like choice of career that we choose to go in. We have to be our own brand. But when it comes to marketing, and maybe this is just my perception of marketing because of industry standards, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like when you like I see a lot of people once they attract a certain crowd, it's like, okay, I think I found my crowd. So it's like, well, now you kind of play it's like you kind of begin to a lot of people will kind of tend to make their content based on the crowd that they have, but it's but we're our own brand, so we it's like it's kind of where when the industry gets a little tricky because it's like, at what point do you start? Uh, it's like being yourself, right? Being yourself and kind of finding your crowd versus like, okay, a certain crowd finds you, so now you kind of shift from whatever it is that you wanted to do so that you could kind of play into the crowd that you've been attracting, you know?
Mm.
Because like say you attract a crowd of people that aren't necessarily into the type of content that you actually truly want to make, but because that's what's popular, you kind of like change your brand over to to accommodate for that, and so now you're marketing into
Oh,
this
okay.
kind of crowd. Does that make sense?
So is you saying basically that's something that you would do, or is it
Um,
something that you're asking? Is it cool? Is it okay to do?
I guess what I'm asking is the how effective do you think marketing is for people who are trying to just stay authentic?
Yeah, that's what it is too. I feel when it comes to marketing and stuff like that, it's based off the algorithm, man.
Mm, yeah.
You know, you could try different methods with hashtags, but sometimes you can even get shadow banned. So it's like for using certain hashtags. So it's like, bro, what the heck can you do? Because, bro, I promise you, bro, I don't remember getting engagement on social media before that. It was that hard. Like it was not that hard before, and
Hmm.
it's kind of weird, man.
That is something that I've noticed even with even with like YouTube and stuff like that. At a certain point, their rules and regulations and guidelines and things of that nature, they started to get really strict, and then it does kind of feel like the game did kind of change with how the whatever new additions that apps like Instagram, TikTok, and all these different apps begin to create um to kind of keep people's engagement and whatnot. It definitely changed the rules a bit. So um
In a way,
yeah,
that's in a way,
is
because there's really talented people out here. You know,
hmm
you can't be seen who wants to see your talent. I mean, I feel it's about expression too. So the right people, you do it out of love. So you want to attract the right people.
mm,
You know, I know
yeah.
that for sure. It might take you a little longer, but like I say, it take the real a little longer to get to their destination because they ain't getting over and screwing people over. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
or manipulating people. So it's not you gonna get there. It's just your rock gonna be different. You know.
Oh yeah, I feel that's what I try to that's what I try to remind myself of. Even like even the other day when you had posted about um like like how you were noticing how there was like just certain people that weren't really engaging with your stuff. They were kind of just watching. And when I saw that, it really it had really got to me because that was something that I'd noticed for a while, but
Hmm.
it's something I tried to like it's something I tried to ignore, but it's like I would keep giving it my energy. And so I definitely let it bother me, but it was kind of one of those things. After we had kind of talked about it, you kind of helped me bring my focus back to like what was really important, because it was
Yeah,
like it's like you said, it's just about it's like you said, expressing yourself, just doing what you love, and just putting that out there, knowing that in due time you you'll meet the right people, you'll get to the right places that you need to be in. You know, just kind of letting everything happen naturally.
that's a fact. The only way around it, you know.
Hmm.
That you start to feel like obligated after that, you know. You don't want to feel like that. If people go like what they like, that's one thing I
Hmm.
learned. But at the same time, it be people that could watch your story, and it's like you could like, and it's not like you've seen it like it happened one day or 2, 3 days. People will see a story, they've been watching a story for months, be the first people to watch the story and don't engage with anything. It's like, what he was a surveillance camera. Like, why are you watching
Hmm.
everything I do but don't engage? But it's like it's other artists that might not come across your story because of that algorithm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like an
Yeah.
artist could be seeing my stuff. So I got you sitting here watching my stuff and not engaging with anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, what are you following me for? It defeats the purpose.
Hmm.
But you know,
You know what that makes
I
me
mean,
think of?
what?
You ever heard of something called monitoring spirits?
Oh yeah, 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 heck yeah.
That's kind of what that makes me think of.
Mind and spirit, it could be real. That's why it's like, you ever hear the people that always talk about, oh, such and such always got something to say about me, that people always feel like somebody talking about them. Maybe because you're
Hmm.
saying too much. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
you people only can talk about what they know. You
Hmm.
know, when you think about it, people, you know, so if people know too much, they got something to talk about. Maybe you should pipe down and keep some things private so that you don't always feel someone's talking about you. You know, yeah,
Hmm.
you could be posting the realest stuff, but like sometimes the shoe fit for a lot of people. You know, but
Hmm.
if you speaking rare, you just posting rare. You can see something rare, post it. But that's the power of the mind. That's the power of social media. You know what I'm saying? That's why
Hmm.
I say use your page. It's good to use your page to spread a message or get people to see. Like some people is even somebody actually some people are really like be the quiet people, don't say anything, but be trying to tell people how to preach or how to give structure. Like, bro, why are you telling me how to tell something or tell you know like real people or just like they want better, but they don't want to become better. You know, in
Hmm.
order to want to get better, you gotta become better. That's I feel you go and just based off you know ego or anger, or lust.
Hmm.
You know, we grow up to be like so codependent. Feel like we need to be around too much, always know what's going on. So I mean, with me growing up, man, I ain't gonna lie. Me growing up, like I did things as a boy, cause you're a boy. We all just boys. There's no such thing as rules in this life. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So a lot of times we just being optimistic. We boys. We're gonna do things boys do. Sometimes things are more wild than the others growing up, depending on where you grew up or who you grew up around. But you go through these situations because you now are learning to structure yourself to help guide the new generation. You know what I'm saying? So, but
Mhm.
if you don't take that time to grow, then you just it's pointless. But you got people that's 20. You could be 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? And you're more wiser than somebody that's 60 because the 60-year-olds they didn't want to change. So I feel a lot of times life and is based off you wanting to grow. That's the only way life will really get better for you if you want to grow. And that's what I say.
Mhm.
Heaven and hell is basically a mindset. It's literally a mindset. You know, it's not a place. It's not a destination. It is a mindset. If you the ego, lust, and all that, it's just nonsense. You're gonna create hell for yourself. You know,
Mhm.
you move with love, compassion. You know, just etc. You living in that heaven state of mind. So I would say, like I always say, 85% of people's problems based on them. There's no way around it. Life be life and sometimes, life is life
Mhm.
sometimes. But at the end of the day, it shouldn't be nothing consistent. Because if it's consistent, that means something ain't right. But you gotta pay attention to it. Some people don't pay attention to it.
Mhm. You know, it's mm, it's like coming into like consciousness of or coming into consciousness or awareness is it's an interesting thing because like you can really like I'm trying to see how to explain this. You can really look at the type of person that you were and you can realize that all it really took was just I guess a change of like literally just a thought. That really could be
Mm.
all it takes is just a thought to to shift who you are or who you
Yeah.
choose to become.
Yeah. If you allow certain situations to keep replaying in your mind, you start to become that.
Hmm.
Start to become that. You don't want that. Because now you're allowing something else to change you. And that's not who you really are. That's why I would say I don't think no one can ever change how I treat people. You know what I'm saying? Because once I allow that, it's like I'm giving you power over me. And that's that now I become powerless. I'm not in my divine energy. I'm not my authentic self. Because I'm allowing my past, you know, experiences to hinder me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
I remember before I was here how I am now. You just ask for better. So it's gonna get whatever it needs out the way to make room for what you just asked for. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn that. Like even during my sit down, I had to learn that. A lot of times, some people are seasonal. You know what I'm saying? people for a lifetime. Some people for a day. Some people you can meet somebody that can just help you for a couple seconds. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you never know.
Yeah, because I realized that I tend to attach myself to things when I feel when there's like a certain form of just either uncomfortability or um or change. Like change was always something that I struggled with just because I didn't know how to handle it. I don't
Hmm.
know why that is, but it was always something that would just like be so jarring to me even as a kid whenever my family moved. It just like jarred me. It's like just going to a whole new place. It's like I need something to like hold on to like keep me from feeling like I'm going insane. I never knew why that was, but it just was. But like over the course of time, you know, I've lost friends, um, like close friends,
Hmm.
like people I grew up with. Um, I've I've moved out on my own. Uh, I've like just gone to just through different various forms of change, even just changes. Even I'm not even gonna lie. I would even say that sometimes I even try to stay attached to like certain versions of myself that I was in the past because I feel like I'm like losing my grip on certain parts of me that I don't want to lose. But it's like, and I'm thinking that it's like, oh, I need to hold tight to this because this is what made me me, and I can't I don't want to lose that. But it's like I've also been embracing the changes in sorry I've also been embracing the changes of who I'm becoming because it's kind of like what you were saying. It's like I'm trying to grow into, or I'm growing into a new, better version of myself. But then there's still aspects of myself that I'm not sure I want to let go. That I feel like that would be me losing my identity, and maybe shoot, maybe it is. But even another song by the artist I was talking about, Illuminati Congo, is called "No Self, No
Oh,
Problem."
what you said it was again?
His name's Illuminati Congo.
Illuminati Congo. No, I never heard of him.
Yeah, I think he's definitely more of a underground type artist, but he's got some bangers for sure.
Mm.
Like he definitely, and he includes a lot of spirituality in his music. Uh, just really to me, just stuff that I can really relate to. But he had a song called "No Self, No Problem,"
Hmm.
and he and I feel he talked about it, and I'm pretty sure I've heard other people talk about it too. But it's like the when um we like to create these versions of ourselves in our heads, the idea of self, what we think self is. But when we do that, we actually limit ourselves. And that's basically kind of like what he was saying in his song. Like
Hmm.
when you let go of I guess the idea of self and kind of just allow yourself to just be who you are, then you like you're freeing yourself.
Yeah, because when you're not being who you are, you're basically selling your soul because you're doing everything that's not really resonating with your soul purpose.
Hmm.
You know, I feel once you start doing things like that, trying to fit in too much or just not comfortable with yourself, yeah, start doing things that require you to say so. You don't really want to do it, but in order to sometimes get to where you what you want, you feel that's what you should do, and that's the wrong thing to do. Really crazy today. The weather went from 90 something degrees. I don't believe these people in this weather no more, man.
You said it is what?
I said I don't believe these people in this weather no more. Hey,
You said oh, you don't think it's actually what they say it is?
heck no, man.
Hmm.
Nah,
Shoot,
it just got mad dark.
it did. You know something that I noticed too?
What?
I noticed over over here. I know it's recently. It's been getting dark at like not for me. It's been getting dark at like 9 o'clock. But then the sun will come up
Sheesh.
at like. But then the sun will come up at like 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Like, you can't tell me that freaking sun spun around the whole entire Earth that fast. They be
It's
lying.
crazy. I was not gonna lie. I was talking to some of my coworkers at work about it because I was just like, it's crazy. I I know it didn't. I don't think it really seemed that off to them, but I know to me, I was like, because typically when you have like you have the your sunrise and sunsets for when it's fall, and then your sunrise and
Uh huh.
sunsets for when it's summer, and so usually it's supposed to be like it's supposed to be like late, like later in the morning for sunrise, and then of course late at night for sunsets, which is usually like like a 8 9 o'clock, like eight something in the morning sunrise, and then like 8 or 9 for the sunset. But the fact that the sunrise was at like 5 something in the morning, I'm like that's different.
Sheesh.
That's different. But I don't know.
Mm-mm.
And you know what's funny too? I think I saw
What?
phase one. I think I saw him post about it too.
What he was saying?
He was he basically talked about how it was like the sunrise and sunsets. I'd have to go back and look at the post again, but he said that it was off, and it seemed like people weren't really noticing it. But there was like basically that it was like signifying some sort of change that's going um on the earth.
Mm-mm.
And
You could feel
I
it in
agree.
the air. You could feel a change in the air.
It's been it's been interesting. Like it's been for me, it's been eerily quiet. Like here and there, because I mean, like in the neighborhood that I'm in, it it can get noisy just because of the area I'm in, the neighborhood that
Hmm.
I live in.
Yeah.
But it's like when it's not, it's like really quiet. And while I don't necessarily have a problem with that, I feel like it's been that for a while. Like even like really post 2020. Like
Mm.
I guess when I say that, really is just more so just about just the energy of everything has been really everywhere.
Mm. Interesting. Wow. Life can be amazing, man. Depending on how you look at it.
Hmm.
But this weather is so weird. What's going on?
It really is getting dark over there. I can see it.
Yeah, like it's crazy because it's really it's only what time is it? I don't know what time it is. I know
It's
it's not 8 o'clock yet.
it's 8:15 for me.
Oh wow, damn, it's still dark.
Man,
Wow, it's getting super dark.
let me also too. Let me know if I'm not holding you up from anything, am I?
Nah, bro.
Okay.
I just hate this light in my face. I'll probably do this for like a part, but we could do it for like 10 more minutes. I've been
Gotcha.
up since 4. I ain't even gonna hold you. I've been up since like 4.
Oh, for this morning, or I mean, sorry,
Yeah,
for
right.
my fault. In
Yeah,
the rising, my
you
fault.
good, bro.
I still have to
It's
catch
one.
myself.
Nah, it's alright. Yeah. I worked out. I had a good day. Chilled. Work.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. You have like you have a routine for what days you do things, or you just kind of just do it as you feel free.
I was vibing out my lady today, so
Hmm.
we just chilling. Worked out. We both, you know what I'm saying, vibed out today.
Okay. Okay. But yeah,
Uh,
I was gonna say after I got off work, I went. I came home, uh, showered and changed and all that good stuff, and I went because I figured that we were gonna do the live stream like a little bit later, anyways. So
uh,
I went ahead and took myself to the movies, and I saw that I saw Bad Boys, the new one.
alright. How was it?
It was good. It was interesting. I
They
It
ain't
was
had no
interesting
messages.
because, huh,
I was gonna say they ain't had no subliminal messages in there.
bruh, it's crazy because in this one they had they had Martin Lawrence. Uh, he had like I was gonna say a near death experience, but he actually did die and came back. And then literally after he came back through the whole rest of the movie, his whole personality, he was basically he was basically talking about how after he died, he said he saw like his past lives, and he was basically at a point now where he's like uh he was like, I know we might not have been when he was talking to Will Smith, he was like, I know we might not have been these people, but we've always been together. Like our souls have always like been together with each of our lives. And he was basically on his whole uh like tapping into the power of the universe and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Like that, like that's what they were getting into in this bad boy. So I was like, hmm, you know,
Interesting.
yeah, that really caught my attention. I was like, wow, I wasn't I wasn't expecting them to do that for this, but you know, they definitely they're definitely paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
You
They
know,
know they gotta put the truth in. They gotta give us the truth some way.
hmm
I think I might actually go see that too. I haven't been to the movies in such a minute, a long time.
nah, I feel that. I used to be. I mean, I still am a big movie fan, but I used to go a lot more than I do now. But some of that is just because the way that I was frequently going to the movies before, I can't do that now. Not when
Okay.
I got this like new the responsibilities that I got to take care of now.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Uh, Yeah,
Don't overstimulate yourself, man.
for sure, bro. But yeah, no, I definitely do recommend it because I was like, what? That I would have recommended it. I wasn't even sure if you were really how big of a movie guy you were, but I do recommend it to be honest.
But the movie, Bad
Yeah,
Boys, the Bad Boys, right? Yeah.
yeah. It
Hey,
was a
man.
Bad Boys Ride or Die.
I definitely add that to the bucket list. Cause I don't know if they still got it in there, but I wanted to actually see that Bob Marley movie too.
Oh yeah, that was actually good too.
You seen it?
Yeah.
It's fire, man. I definitely feel like could have had his actual son play that role, but it's cool.
Mhm. I forget. Did did they ask? I don't know if the producers actually like asked any of his sons to like play the role first before they
Mhm.
um I forget his name. I'm about to look it up.
Um, what are you talking about? Mm.
Movie. Kingsley, yeah, Kingsley Ben Adir.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they had approached any of Bob Marley's sons before they approached Kingsley to play
Mm.
to play that role.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
Oh, they didn't.
Mm.
Hmm.
That's what I was saying. They could have let his son, one of the sons, play that role.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure it would have been way better.
So you didn't like it because, or
I actually never seen it, but I know that the dude that played as Bob Marley was not none of his sons. That's why I was kind of like,
I still liked it.
yeah, I actually want to go see it. Is it still in the theaters?
It mm, it might not be. Let me see.
Oh.
Let me look it up.
Now it's raining.
You said it's raining.
Yeah, it's about to crazy.
All right, brother. I think
All right, fam.
had a good little, because I know we still need to come up with a cover art for that and figure out when we're gonna drop that.
Wait, you talk about the verse, the song,
Nah,
or the beat tape?
the beat tape, yeah.
Okay.
But you know, we can
Yeah,
we can huh?
come up with like a name, right?
Yeah.
That's something we should think about.
I'll I'll spitball some ideas to you once we get off of here, but I definitely do want to go ahead and get another project going too, because I know we got
And we can definitely do that, bro.
for surely.
We can definitely do that.
Hmm. I actually think I do have some ideas, but yeah, I'll let you know about them though, for
All
sure.
right, bet.
But all right,
All
hey
right,
bro,
bro.
I appreciate your company and I appreciate you for doing the stream
You
with me.
already,
You know,
fam. Always, bro. We could, like I said, we got more topics to talk about. So,
for sure.
we.
And yeah, of course, good to see you, good to vibe with you, and we should have some more calls like just outside of this, you know, because whenever we call this, you
No,
know,
for
it's always enlightening,
sure.
always good vibes. So yeah, man. But hey, it's been a good stream.
All
I
right,
will
bro.
talk to you later,
Okay.
and it has been real.
Peace, fam.
All right, peace, brother.
Okay.
All right, bro.